This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and guest and are not necessarily those of WPSL or WSTU. This station does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express permission and written consent of this station. Phone lines are open for your questions and comments. Call 220-9788 or 340-1590. And now, here's your host.
And, of course, your host, Gary Mariarossi from Treasure Coast Lexus. Good morning.
Good morning, Veronica. How are you?
Good. And we're in the studios with the Treasure Coast Car Guys. Of course, if you're listening on WSTU or WPSL, you can call us at 340-1590.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Here we are. Beautiful. We took a little break from the rain. Nice to see.
Well, hopefully it'll give us a little break, and the big rain's going somewhere else, and we're happy about that.
Yes. My daughter is in North Carolina, in Durham.
Not
so
that you wish it on anybody.
No, certainly not there.
Yeah.
She's up in Durham, so we're keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, she gonna evacuate or just ride it out?
No, she's gonna ride it out. You know, she was born and raised in Florida, so.
Okay.
You know, she's a pro.
Yeah.
She knows.
No little hurricane chasing her away.
she's got her hurricane kit, you know, and she's all set to go.
Yeah.
So she'll ride it out.
Yeah, it can be expensive and very inconvenient to evacuate. I mean, when they tell you all to leave and then a million people get on the road, that's not good either.
Where do you go? I mean, hotels fill up really fast and. It's funny, you know. I guess she could come down here.
Yeah.
But who escapes to Florida to get away from a hurricane?
It happens, I guess, huh? It happens.
So, pretty
I'm thinking
unusual.
Georgia's probably pretty crowded.
Oh, I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. So, but hopefully they're inland enough where, you know, by the time it gets there, it'll hopefully just be a lot of rain.
I mean, they're saying tropical storm force all the way into like Columbia. So.
Yeah.
That's pretty far into South Carolina. I
mean,
it
is.
That's the other side of South Carolina.
It is.
Yeah.
But again, hopefully, just a lot of rain, and you know they can handle that. Be inconvenient for a couple of days, but hopefully nothing more than that. So we are here. Gosh, where has the year gone?
Yeah.
Right? It's absolutely amazing.
So are the 2019s in yet?
We've started to get some in.
Really?
And what we're most excited about is we've gotten our first 2019 ESs. And the reason that's exciting is that vehicle is completely redesigned.
Okay.
From, you know, top to bottom, front to back, completely redone. And looks, performance, technology. So very excited. We've been waiting on that, and it's funny because we completely redesigned the LS, which is our flagship vehicle, and we got the first new ES in. We got an ES hybrid in, and we put it in the middle of our showroom. And we told folks when the ES came, you know, the best way for us to describe it is it looks like a baby LS.
Okay.
You know, and that's Lexus. That's not an accident. You know, they wanted to easily look at it and go, oh, that's a Lexus, absolutely. And so we put it in the middle of the showroom, and people kept, you know, looking at it, walking past it, thinking it was an LS.
Really?
So we had to tell them, no, that's the
ES.
We finally had to put some signage up, and, you know, so people would know that the new ES is here. But people kept looking at it, thinking it was an LS. So mission accomplished. Because the LS is gorgeous. So,
do you remember years and years and years and years ago, Fiero?
I do.
They called it the son of Trans Am. I saw it at the Chicago Auto Show.
You did?
Way back, a long time ago.
We're dating ourselves.
Yeah,
here,
but it was cute. It was like Trans Am was like mean and Fiero was cute.
The Trans Am with the big eagle on the hood?
Yeah, I had one of those.
Yes, you did.
I did.
That was the thing. That was late 70s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the ES has arrived. We have the hybrid in our showroom, and yesterday we got in an F Sport model, which is brand new to the ES line. We've never had an ES F Sport. So a little sportier version.
Explain to us what F Sport. Could there be F Sport in any of your models, or this is just?
You know, we have it in most models, but
Okay.
we've never had it in the ES.
Okay.
You know, the ES has always been kind of our go-to mid-size sedan, kind of our steady Eddie, and so we had a hybrid version as of 2013, which of course we continue, and but we've never had an F Sport model. We've had an F Sport in the IS, we've had an F Sport in the SUVs in our NX and in our RX line. We have an F Sport in the redesigned LS, finally. But we've never had it in the ES. So I saw the first one, live yesterday when it rolled off the truck, and it's beautiful, and it's a nice addition to the lineup because, a lot of people have commented that the ES was just kind of conservative looking.
Okay, so it's just as a car.
It's a great car, but it didn't get a lot of people's hearts thumping.
Okay,
and so the redesigned model is not that. It's beautiful. People, the initial reaction has been tremendous. And now you add an F Sport model to that, and as they say, that's not your daddy's ES anymore.
Okay.
So we've definitely spiced it up.
What kind of things do they do to make it that sport version?
Mostly it's appearance.
Okay.
It's got an F Sport appearance package on it. So sportier wheels, different trim. You can tell the difference.
Wider tires?
It's got F Sport performance tires,
Okay.
F Sport summer tires on it. So handling, you can put it in F Sport mode, which gives you more of a sport drive, more of a feel for the road. So you have that option in the F Sport model. So just basically, sporting the car up to a degree. I know that's not a technical term.
Yeah. No, it works though.
Okay.
I like
so
it.
I think you get the picture. And so we are thrilled, to finally have that option in the ES because it's our best-selling sedan.
Okay.
So we feel like that'll attract even more and more folks to that model. The hybrid model that we have, absolutely stunning. And the EPA estimates are 44 miles to the gallon in that car. So in a mid-sized sedan.
Yeah, my brain is clicking away, and I'm thinking sport version, waste fuel, hybrid, save fuel. So you've got something for everybody.
We hope.
But I'm sure that the gas mileage, hybrid, of course, would be better. But your regular version versus your sport version is probably not that different.
No, not at all. And it is something for everybody. My wife drives NES, and she's definitely, for the sport model. She's
Okay.
She's got to get there fast wherever she's going.
Yeah.
And my daughter drives an ES hybrid, so we, we talk about one
You would
extreme
think
to the
it
other.
would be the other way around, but
You would
yeah.
You would think. But, so we do have something for everyone. But that new model is here. Come on, take a look at it. Take it for a test drive. It is, you really have to drive it to truly appreciate it's quieter, smoother, if you can imagine that, because that vehicle has had a smooth, quiet ride all along, but they've upped their game in both areas. So take it for a ride. Performance, it checks off all the boxes. And so come on in. We have them. And people have been waiting. When are they coming? When are they coming? Well, they are here.
Yeah.
And we've got, like I said, we've got hybrid. We've got the F Sport, so you can take both for a drive and see what you think. Along with the new ES model, here we are, and we've got some other just exciting models in. We've got a 10-year anniversary for F Sport. Talking about F Sport, right? So the F Sport option started 10 years ago with Lexus.
Okay.
And for the 10th anniversary, they did an RCF special edition, which is our two-door sports coupe.
Is there somewhere on the car it says 10th anniversary edition?
It does not.
Oh,
See, Lexus
okay.
doesn't do that.
Okay.
But
I think I had like a 35th anniversary something or another, and it had like the emblem on the dash,
Oh, yeah,
a little
absolutely.
glue on.
There's always going to be some badging,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But Lexus, this vehicle is you can definitely tell they only made 240 of this model, 240 total.
Wow.
There are 250 Lexus dealers in the country, so not every dealer got one. We have one. sitting in our showroom.
Yeah.
It's got the gray matte finish, so that's the only car we have in that finish. So it is definitely stands out, easily identifiable.
Yeah, that's a neat paint.
Oh, it is gorgeous. Talk about attention to detail. It's got the F Sport, seats with blue stitching in them. I mean, the headliner has blue stitching in it.
Okay.
And even the calipers, the brake calipers, the Brembo brake calipers are blue.
Awesome.
So it all ties in together. Carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber spoiler. I mean, just a lot of really neat touches. 481 horsepower. That car gets up and goes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fun car to drive. One of our sales managers, Anthony Barano, drives an RCF. And
Is that the 10th anniversary? Is the blue stitching and the blue brakes?
It's this
that
special
car?
edition.
Okay.
It's the
okay.
gray matte finish.
Okay,
It's,
so there's a little signature something there, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
a badge.
no. Lexus is more understated.
Yes.
than
Oh,
that.
well, classy.
Yes, we don't brag too loudly, but you can definitely tell that this is a special vehicle. And come on and take a look at sitting in our showroom right by our service drive, and it is spectacular. I mean, it is jaw dropping. And again, they only made 240 of them.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
if you're looking for a truly a special edition model, limited edition, that's your car.
Wow. And I would assume that you sell that one. You're probably not going to get another one.
No,
They're
there
out.
aren't.
They're out, right?
Yeah.
They're all out.
Yeah, not every Lexus dealer got one.
Wow.
So we were fortunate enough to earn one. So we have it, and we're going to find a good home for it.
That'd be really exclusive. I mean, it's happened to me where I've bought a new car and went, wow, this is so beautiful. And then all of a sudden, because you have one, you see them
see 'em
everywhere,
all.
and you're like, oh, wow, everybody's driving my car. This ain't going to happen with this car.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not, and they're not building anymore. So
Right.
it's not not like there'll be a second run or a third run. That's it.
Yeah, there will be people who buy them and park them and just kind of hang on to
I
them.
think that's probably what
Yeah.
happens. But it is gorgeous.
20 years from now, we'll see one at Meekum.
Yeah. Yes, we will. Then also in the showroom we have one LC 500 left, and that of course is the the Mac Daddy two-door sports coupe. That is what a machine, and that of course came out this year. A lot of the technology from the LFA when we had the LFA is in that vehicle, and wow, just come in and take that for a drive, and that's all you can say is wow. It's the Lexus has been that's an area that we haven't really participated in, the luxury performance sport coupe.
Yeah, no, it's a supercar. I mean, it's in that
is-
category.
It
Definitely.
competes, with the Aston Martins and the
Yeah.
and the Porsches and the BMW
Jaguar.
and it is.
It's
you
pretty.
have to drive
I
it.
have to say, it's prettier than all of the above. It really is.
And and it's still a Lexus, because those other cars that are in that category are phenomenal cars and great performance, but I get in a 911 and it's a fun car to drive. I mean, my gosh, but I would not call that comfortable.
No.
And I'm a big guy, but it's not.
Yeah.
After a while,
It
like,
doesn't look that good either.
I'm ready to get out of that car and get into something comfortable. The beauty of the LC and what Lexus perfected after all these years of working on it is it has that type of performance, but it's still a Lexus. It's still comfortable. It still has a great ride. It handles like a dream, and so we have finally perfected that model, and that is the LC, and that's a limited production vehicle. They only made 4,000 of those, so
Okay.
not a whole lot of those out there either. We have one left, so come take a look at it. Take it for a test drive. You won't be sorry. In addition to that, because the 19s have started to roll in, we have great specials, and great pricing and great incentives on the remaining 2018s. So we've got about a dozen 2018 ESs left, and you can get up to $6,500 off on that vehicle.
That's not
right
many
now.
cars, though.
No,
So
no, we don't.
They'll be gone
We've been
soon.
selling them. You know, the
Yeah.
ES is one of our best sellers. So we've got literally, I think this morning when I checked, we had 12 left. So those will go fast, especially with that kind of incentive on
Sure.
it. And as the 19s have, started to roll in, Lexus will, they put their foot on the gas and really stepped it up. So if you're looking for a phenomenal deal on a brand new car, come take a look at a 2018 ES.
they put their foot on the gas. I like what you did there.
You like that?
Yeah, I did. It is the Treasure Coast car, guys. Everything car, and when you can,
It should be.
When you can sneak something in like that, that's good.
No sneaking it past you, though, Veronica.
No.
So in addition to that, we've got incentives on our best-selling vehicle, on the RX. And, you can get up to $5,000 off on that particular vehicle, which is phenomenal. That, again, is our best seller. Has been for
Lease or purchase, you can get the
lease
same.
or purchase.
Okay.
Come on in, pick out your car, and get a great deal on an RX as well. We've got up to $4,000 off on NXs, which again is our midsize SUV, and a fabulous vehicle. People who think the RX might be a little big for them, that's the NX. We've got incentives on ISs up to $5,000 off of ISs, and that is our four-door sport coupe. Great car. People love that car. Fun car to drive, but still has 4 doors in the back seat, so is still kind of practical. Good combination of sporty and practical. But those are all those incentives are going on now. We've got incentives on RCs up to $6,000 off those, and just great deals across the board. So now, wonderful time. Come on in. Remaining 18s, get them while we still have some in stock.
And not many.
No. Well, Lexus does a great job every year of not, overloading their dealers with inventory that's, about to go, obsolete, basically, or go out of the model year. So we have enough now to where you have a good selection. Come on and get a great deal, but don't wait, because as the month rolls on, we will sell out of most of our 2018s, and then here come the 19s. So if you're looking for that spectacular deal, looking for an excuse to come out and look at a new car, now is the time to do that. And come on out to Treasure Coast Lexus. And, of course, as we've talked about before on the show, all listeners to this program just mention the program and take an extra $500 off these already great incentives. And you don't have to tell us up front. Negotiate your best deal.
Yeah, work your best deal.
Work your best deal, and then tell us after all that's said and done, and we'll take an additional $500 off.
Say, by the way, Gary said on Treasure Coast Car Guys that you're going to give me an extra $500.
All right.
So.
And I'll probably be there, so I'll back that up.
Okay. Great.
Love to meet you. So yes, listeners to the show, take an additional $500 off these already aggressive, amazing incentives, and get yourself a brand new Lexus at a great price. So that's what's going on now in the new car world.
And phenomenal service after the sale too. So
absolutely, with every new Lexus you purchase, you get your first 2 services are complimentary. And that gives you, if you haven't used our service department before, that gives you the opportunity to try them out. And again, it's free. Lexus pays for it. So that's the best way to try them out. And
cappuccino too.
Cappuccino, fresh ground coffee, snacks, food.
And a car wash on your way out.
Free car wash. Yes, we've got it all.
But I understand, right? If I just need a car wash, I can come by?
Yes, you can.
If I'm driving a new Lexus? Or
yes, you can.
Or a L-certified Lexus, too?
Absolutely. And come on in. And we want you to experience the service drive.
Is it pretty busy on a Friday?
It's funny.
Everybody wants a clean car for the weekend.
They do, and Saturdays are pretty busy.
Okay.
But we get people. It's pretty steady throughout the
Okay.
week. So they don't wait. I think
Do you have a car wash club? Do the same people show up and meet each other and sort of hang out?
we have regulars.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
kind of like Cheers. I
See, I
guess,
like that the car wash club.
The car wash club. You might be onto something there.
I can market anything.
Wonderful. But yes, we do have our regulars, and we love to see them. We encourage people to take advantage of that and use it, and again, let us spoil you, because that's what our service department does. And the once we get you there, which is why we love the two, free services initially. Once you experience our service drive, we got you.
Now you really know why you bought a Lexus.
Yes.
Beside the great car.
And of course, as we've talked about before, sales, we sell the first Lexus, and service sells everyone after that. And they just do an amazing job, because let's face it, no one really looks forward to going to service, right?
That's true.
But I think we do a great job of making that a pleasurable experience, and that starts, of course, with doing great service. And there's a misconception out there, the perception that, well, I'm at a Lexus dealer, so I must be paying a lot more for service than elsewhere. And when you really price shop and take a look, we are as competitive as any place out there. Even when you start comparing to your Jiffy Lubes and places like that, we are extremely competitive. And tire prices, you start to look at what we do versus what's available out there, and what you get and bang for the buck. We are very, very competitive.
Even if you're not driving a Lexus?
Even if you're not driving a Lexus, we're the more the merrier. And experience what we do. We have people that come in and use our service department. They're not in Lexus, but after experiencing that, their next car normally is a Lexus.
So when they bring their car in, you might be looking at their trade.
In many cases, we are. So it's a neat experience. It's great service, great experience, wonderful amenities, free car washes, and we will pick up and deliver your car if it's not convenient for you. A lot of our guests are very busy. They own their own businesses. They're professionals. They don't have time. So, or maybe they're, it's a little bit of a drive for them. They're down, South Stewart. They're down, they're up north side of Vero. And so we will pick your car up, drop off a loaner car to you, service your vehicle, even if it's just an oil change. And when it's all done, we'll, of course, wash it, and we'll drive it back to you, pick up our loaner car.
Even if it's just an oil change.
Even if it's just an oil change.
That is amazing.
So we can't make it any easier than that.
Plus a great car.
And it's a great car.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go to the news, and we'll be back with the Treasure Coast Car Guys here on WPSL and WSTU.
FNN News, I'm Deborah Roberts. More than 1 million people are under evacuation orders as Hurricane Florence approaches the southeastern U.S. The Category 4 hurricane is forecast to slam into the Carolina coast Thursday. John Cangialosi at the National Hurricane Center in Miami says residents should listen to authorities' directions as the storm gets closer to land.
The advice we would tell any resident of those states is just pay attention to the local officials. They'll call for the right evacuations, and they'll do their best to protect people that they know live in either flood zones or storm surge zones. So if you're a resident, there's no need to panic or even figuring out what to do. Just listen to the local officials.
Hurricane Hunter aircraft are reporting that Florence's maximum sustained winds are at 130 miles per hour, making it a Category 4 storm. Meanwhile, as Hurricane Florence heads for the Carolinas, a new survey shows many Floridians have no intention of evacuating the next time they face a storm. Former FEMA Director Craig Fugate of Gainesville says some people are determined to ride out the storm no matter how bad it may be.
1 in 4 would not evacuate when a Category 4 hurricane is forecast to come within 10 miles of their home. And more than two-thirds of those that live in evacuation zones had previously disregarded recommendations to leave ahead of a powerful storm.
It's not all bad. Fugate says disaster experts have done a good job convincing people to plan ahead for their pets. He just wishes they could say the same for people. Almost 1 year after 14 elderly residents of a Broward County nursing home died following Hurricane Irma, most facilities still have not added generators required by the state. The fatalities occurred after the power and air conditioning went out at the rehabilitation center at Hollywood Hills. 12 of the deaths were ruled homicides. According to the Fort Myers News Press, more than 3/4 of the nursing homes in Florida do not yet have a generator that meets the state requirement. With news on the Florida News Network, I'm Deborah Roberts.
If you're in the market for a walk-in tub, stop and listen to this. Now you can buy direct from the manufacturer and save more than 50%. You won't pay $20,000. You won't pay $15,000. You won't even pay $10,000. Boca walk-in tubs are made right here in America by veterans. We're certified and virtually 100% of our tubs are made in the USA. A Boca walk-in tub is made from gel-coat fiberglass. Other manufacturers use acrylic, which is basically plastic. We can deliver a walk-in tub anywhere in the U.S. and have it installed in no time at all. And everybody that calls right now can save $500 towards the purchase of a new walk-in tub. Call now and learn how to get a walk-in tub and save more than 50% off retail prices.
Call 800-308-4917. 800-308-4917. 800-308-4917. Again, that's 800-308-4917.
Exactly a year after Hurricane Irma passed through the Florida Keys, the island chain's largest recreational vehicle resort formally reopened to visitors Monday. Rosa Cimino is general manager of the Sunshine Key RV Resort and Marina.
What we've done here is we've taken what has been a tragedy to so many and really turned it into something super special. We took the opportunity to take this property and just take it to an extra level. We redid all of the infrastructure, electric, water, sewer. We upgraded all of our amenity locations.
More than 90% of lodging facilities have now reopened throughout the Keys. And as residents along the coast in the Carolinas move out, some first responders from South Florida are preparing to move in. Miami fire rescue workers are planning to head up north to help in the aftermath of Hurricane Florence. Crews from the Salvation Army are also planning trips to the Carolinas, and FPL has 500 workers leaving today. I'm Deborah Roberts, FNN News.
You're listening to the Treasure Coast Car Guys on WPSL Digital 1590 and WSTU Digital 1450. Phone lines are open for your questions and comments. And now, here's your host.
And you're back in the studios with the Treasure Coast Car Guys. Your host, Gary Mariarossi from Treasure Coast Lexus. Welcome back.
Hi, Veronica.
How are you?
Good.
We have an off-the-air question from someone we know, actually.
Okay.
I want to say Dan Warren, insurance extraordinaire.
Really?
Hey, Dan. And he's got a question about the 2019 models. And did they change the grills?
On the RX, I think that's what he's probably referring to. On the RX, no, that's not due for a remodel for at least another year. So the 19s will... appearance-wise, will look very similar to the 18s.
Okay.
On the 2019 ES, which has been completely redesigned, the grills changed and, the rest of the car as well.
Because that was kind of an aggressive look.
On the RX.
The grill, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I think that was probably the most common description.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And some people loved it and some people didn't love it. But to answer his question, which again, I think most times when I get that question, it's referring to the RX. And in 2019 model year, again, it will look very similar to the 2018. We're not due for another design change, probably till model year 2020.
Okay. Great. I notice a lot of the newer cars they have a more chiseled look, sharp edges instead of those soft
not
curves
as rounded
that we had before.
Yeah, not as rounded as in the past, and that seems to be a trend in the automobile industry. You know, that's not just us. We see that across lines. You know, so.
Well, everything has a similar shape, and I think it's probably a gas mileage thing. It probably does well in the wind tunnel. But then what are you going to do now to make that shape stand out? So those, chiseled corners and those, headlights and taillights that are a little bit more, I think they're more pointy.
Well, therein lies the challenge, because you've got regulations that say, we've got to achieve a certain, average mile per gallon across the line. And so you've got to design vehicles that meet those guidelines, yet you have to make cars that look good.
Right.
And
I like
appeal
look
to appeal to our customers.
I don't care about all that other stuff.
So that's a real challenge, that our engineers and designers tackle every day to maximize efficiency and fuel efficiency and economy, but still have a great looking car that performs well.
Right.
So that
and is the safest car in the nation, RX.
That RX, with that grille, was named the safest vehicle in America, and for 2018, and just loaded with safety features, and they're standard on that vehicle. And of course, I should mention on the new 2019 ES, that safety package is standard on that vehicle now as well, and you'll see that roll out on our new cars. And the 2019 ES technology-wise, because that's the big move in the automobile industry now, is Alexa compatible, Apple CarPlay compatible. So you've got all the toys and all the bells and whistles, along with great performance, fuel economy, and a beautiful car, and a very safe car.
Sure.
So, yeah, we put all that in, and when you think about it, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot to do. Folks who are designing these cars and developing them.
Sure, and as addicted as we are to our technology, they've had to integrate that into the vehicles because we want our phone talking to our car.
Yeah, it's a must.
And your Lexus will even talk to your garage door opener.
It's going to talk to pretty much everything now. So, but it's not the future; it's the present. And so here we are. And of course, Lexus, we take great pride in being ahead of the curve with a lot of that. So here we are in that, and that 2019 ES is a perfect example of that. So. Come experience it. Take a look at it. Experience amazing, right? That's what Lexus says, and that vehicle in particular. But across our line, you're going to see all those technological upgrades. So come and take a look and experience it yourself.
And that amazing goes a lot farther than just the vehicle. I mean, we know that the car's awesome, but it's the fact that you guys go above and beyond to take care of your customers that really makes it amazing.
It's attention to detail that Lexus that's legendary for Lexus, and that goes from how we build the cars to how we treat our guests. It's all about attention to detail. There's a story I'll never that I never forget when it comes to. It's just the greatest example I thought of attention to detail for Lexus and when they designed cars. When they were redesigning the RX model is driven predominantly by women. And they're the primary driver anyway. It's usually a family vehicle, but most of the buyers of that car.
Those crossovers and those SUVs are today's station wagons.
They are.
Sorry, ladies, but it is.
We will never call it that,
yes.
but
you have the advantage of having that higher visibility, and they don't drive like station wagons. They drive like sporty sports cars.
And but you have the functionality of being able to fit a bunch of people in it, and storage, and so it's a great combination, and it's why it's our bestseller. But when they were redesigning it, the design team were predominantly men. So Lexus just always thinking outside the box, tremendous attention to detail. when they got to the part where they were going to design the instruments, the buttons for power windows and heated seats and all the electronics that are in the car, they had the design team wear fake fingernails. They had to put on. They made them wear throughout the entire design process.
Little glue-ons, little stick-ons.
For the year or two that they worked on this, every day when they came to work, they had to apply fake fingernails.
That's funny.
Because that the person who is going to predominantly use that, those features and those instruments and those buttons, they would normally have fingernails. So who thinks of that?
And who wants your car to mess up your manicure?
Of course
I
not.
mean,
but who would think of that?
And I can't tell you how many times I've had my car break a nail. Or even if they're like the glue-on kind or the acrylics, they pop off.
But what manufacturer thinks that deeply into it and says, okay, yeah, we're going to make a great instrument panel. We're going to do a great job. We're going to do the best materials. We're going to make it. But who thinks that deep into it and says, oh no, the people using this will have fingernails.
Yeah, I like that. Sometimes you hear the commercials and the car has like 16 cup holders, and I'm like, really? Why 16 cup holders? How many people are going to be drinking drinks while you're driving?
There are only 6 seatbelts.
Yeah, I know, 16. But all these different places to stow your drinks. I did have one car where it was in front of the air conditioning. That was the most awesome thing because here in Florida, you put your cup in the cup holder and the air is blowing on it, keeps it colder longer.
Do you think that was done intentionally?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it.
They stumbled into that one.
Yeah, that was accidental.
But, that story always reminds me of our tremendous attention to detail. And again, it's not exclusive to designing cars and building cars. Our production facility and our production line is legendary for its detail, attention to detail, quality controls. But it carries on into the dealership experience and the service experience and how we're expected to treat every customer as we would a guest in our own home. That is in our DNA. I mean, that's just who we are. That's what Lexus is all about. And that's what people pay for. That is that experience. And proud to say that we deliver. And if you've never been to our dealership, you need to come in and experience it and see, what the way car buying should be and car shopping should be.
And you have a model for pretty much every taste. You've got the hybrids, you've got sports cars, you've got SUVs.
We've got it all. With the introduction of the NX, where I'd say the one kind of hole in our lineup in the past was we didn't have that smaller SUV, and now we do. So, yes, I believe that we have something for everyone, except a pickup truck. We don't have something for you, Veronica.
Toyotas are awesome, too.
They are, and they make a fabulous pickup truck.
They do.
But on the Lexus side, we have, yes, you want two-door sports cars, you want performance, you want to get up and go, we've got it. You want sedans, we've got the IS four-door sports sedan, we've got the ES, the midsize sedan, we've got the LS luxury sedan.
But pretty much luxury, though, is standard with all of the cars.
It is.
Yeah.
I would call the LS ultra luxury. And but yes, luxury is consistent throughout the line. That's what we're all about. Legendary for our comfort, for the quiet ride. And of course, let's not forget, we haven't talked at all about reliability. I don't care what study you look at, J.D. Power, you can look at all the publications, Road and Track, Car and Driver. You look at Edmunds. You look at go to whatever source you want to look at, and we rate at the top of every list when it comes to reliability, when it comes to percent of problems with vehicles. Lexus.
Well, that goes back to the roots too. I mean, I drove a Toyota pickup truck many years ago. Not once did I have to take it back for anything being wrong with it.
Nope.
And we put 300,000 miles on it.
It's amazing.
So,
and that is, that's what we do. That is what Lexus does. You know, your car doesn't spend half its life in our shop. You know, it comes into our shop for your oil changes and your tire rotations, and other than that, you drive it and enjoy it. And you know, I've had guests tell me, you know, Gary said, driving around, you know, I'm in sales, I'm on the road a lot. He said, you know, there'll be cars broken down, being towed, you know, their hoods up on the side of the road, and he said, but you know, I don't recall ever seeing a Lexus. And he said, that's just my observation, but it's part of why I buy these cars. Right. I'm in sales. I rely on my car. I can't have it break down. You know, that means I missed an appointment. I missed an opportunity, and I can't have that in my line of work. And I thought that was a really interesting observation. You know,
as a kid, my dad used to always. My mother loved Ford, and they've got those monikers.
Yes,
you know, the
do.
Fix or Repair Daily.
Yikes.
He found on Road Dead.
Oh, that's awful.
But that is, it is. But even those models have come a long way since I was a kid. But you can't really. I mean, the reliability. Like I said, 300,000 miles we drove, and it never went. I mean, it had maintenance.
No.
That's it. Just oil changes, tires, batteries, things that you use up. But it never had to go back for any repair.
That's right. You know, and other brands have come a long way, and I take, you know, not
well,
me
that's
personally.
technology. That's because everything has gotten better.
It's also competition. You know, that I think other brands got sick and tired of hearing about. Well, it doesn't perform like a Lexus,
but they still don't
it's not
stand
as
behind
reliable
their
as a Lexus, and so they've tried to catch up. But at the end of the day, you look at every one of those lists, and we're still at the top. You know, so they've tried. The thing is that as technology's improved, like you said, so have we. So you know, keep chasing us, keep trying, but nothing is going to be more reliable. We have the lowest maintenance costs of any vehicle in the luxury segment, and that's important. You know, a lot of people don't think about that when they're out buying the car. You know, they get in the car and they drive it, and they say, you know, well, I'm going to go drive. You know, I'm driving 4 or 5 luxury models to decide which one I want to buy. And you know, I always invite them because every brand new car rides great.
Right. It's brand new.
It's brand. It smells new. It smells great. It rides. You know, it's fantastic. What I encourage people to do is I say, you know, if you're going to look at one of our competitors, you know, one of the other luxury brands, here's what I'd like you to do before you leave. I've got a 3-year-old RX. You're looking at a brand new RX. I want you to drive my 3-year-old RX. Just take it for a quick spin. And when you go and look at the other luxury brand, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to drive one of their 3 or 4-year-old cars. And I want you to tell me what you think after that. And inevitably, when they do that, they come back and go, oh my gosh, yeah, you know, your 3-4-year-old car drove like it was still new. Theirs did not. And, you know, that again backs up all those studies that you read and all those lists that, you know, that other folks compile. The way our cars are built, attention to detail, fit and finish. You know, you after 3 years, it's not. You don't hear a bunch of rattles and, you know, and handles fall off and, you know, buttons don't work. And no, that's not us. So, you know, when people are comparing new cars, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, the total cost of ownership, and that has everything to do with maintenance and repair costs. Our cars just don't really break down, and when they do, as you said, Lexus stands behind it, right, 100%. So, you know, that's a big part of why we have, you know, such high brand loyalty. You know, once somebody's in a Lexus, and they experience how we do things, it's really difficult for them to even consider something else. It's just, you know, we're just different, and different in a really, really good way. So that is
peace of mind is worth something too.
Oh my goodness!
You know, that's
you
don't want to be on the side of the road.
No, you don't. And you know, if you think about it, when was the last time you saw a Lexus on the side of the road?
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever seen one.
Ever since that guest said that to me, I kind of pay
You look
attention.
trying to find one.
And like, oh no, that's not one of ours. No, that's not one of ours.
Yeah.
And isn't that a great feeling? To know that what you're driving is going to get you where you need to go safely, reliably, efficiently.
Speaking of that three-year-old RX, tell us about L certified vehicles.
Well, that's a great segue to L certified. And L certified is an Lexus exclusive program, and when you buy an L certified Lexus from us, it comes with an unlimited mileage, comprehensive Lexus warranty. And when I say comprehensive,
for real too. Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, that's real, people.
Not a lot of fine print there. It's not just a powertrain warranty. It's not just the engine and transmission. It covers basically what a new car warranty covers. It's through Lexus. And so it covers, the air conditioning system. It covers the electronics. It covers all the really expensive stuff that, that are built into new cars these days.
All them creature comforts.
Yes. So you are, and again, unlimited mileage, because it used to be up to 100,000 miles. But a couple years ago, Lexus upgraded our warranty. And the warranty is in effect from 6 years from the original sale date of the car. So, if you're buying a 3-year-old car, basically you'd have another 3 years of unlimited miles. It's amazing. Now, why Lexus can do that is we take the cars. First of all, we select cars to be certified. It's not just any car that can be certified. It's got to be less than 6 model years or less, and it has to have less than 70,000 miles on it. It's got to be, no structural damage to the car, no flood damage, none of the nonsense that you can see out there in the pre-owned car world. So it's got to be a great car to start. The majority of our certified cars, are one owners, clean Carfaxes. Many of them were sold at our dealership originally, serviced at our dealership, while they owned it, and then traded back into us. Those are the perfect cars, But on the L certified, once we've selected the car, we then do a 161-point inspection. It has to pass that. Anything that is not does not pass has to be brought up to new car standards, replaced. We don't recondition things; we replace them. Okay. So, if the battery fails the load test, it may start, but we can tell that battery is, getting ready to go.
It starts at the house, but not at the grocery store when you're ready to go back home.
It gets a brand new battery.
Yeah.
We don't just recharge it and say, okay, well, it's good to go. Brake pads have to be a minimum of 6 millimeters, or you get new ones. Tires have to be at least 5/32, or you get brand new tires. So that's what certified means. And I had a Lexus person tell me one time that certifying the car is fabulous, and the fact that we'll stand behind it, is amazing. But he felt, he really believed that the true value of the certified program was the fact that we probably wouldn't have to face that scenario. And that's what he believed, that the true value of the certified program was the fact that because of what we do to certify the car, you're not going to have to worry about it breaking down. And, if something mechanically goes, then, of course, we fix it. We replace it. And that's great peace of mind. But he said it's a difference, and I'll never forget this. He said it's the difference between assurance and insurance. And I said, well, tell me more. What do you mean by that? And he explained that, well, insurance, you only use insurance when something bad happens.
Yep.
Car insurance, right?
Yep.
Homeowners insurance.
Yep. You don't know how good it is until you wreck your car.
Big hurricane coming to North Carolina, right? I'm sure there are going to be some insurance claims there. And, of course, the big one is life
Well, the
insurance.
insurance companies may not want to think there's going to be claims.
I'm thinking there probably are. But that's when you use insurance, right? With the certified program, he said he believed that the true value was in assurance. And that was with everything we did to that car, and we bring it up to new car standards mechanically. He said, "Isn't it great to know that the car won't break down?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great that if it breaks down, you have roadside assistance from Lexus. We'll come get it. We'll pick it up. We'll fix it. But wouldn't it be better if it never broke down in the first place? And he said,
and you fixed the wear and tear type things.
Mhm.
You know, like if
Yes, we do.
the tires need to be replaced or the battery, those are things that you will have to replace because they get used up.
Sure, there was a wear and tear.
But you've just given me new on my L certified car. So,
and we've taken care of, we look at the belts, the hoses. I mean, we look at everything that could go wrong with that car mechanically, and we bring it up to new car standards. So when you drive that car off the lot, not only do you have the peace of mind that if something does go wrong, we will stand behind it 1,000%. But isn't it better to know that I got a great car, even though it's pre-owned,
mm-hmm.
and it's probably not going to break down?
Yep.
That's, and when he was explaining it to me, I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
He said, it's great to know that, if my wife's car is driving the car, that if it breaks down, you'll come get her and fix it. But I feel a lot better having her drive the car, knowing
it's probably
when she's
not
driving
gonna
in the
break
middle of
down.
the night, it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to break
Mm-hmm.
down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's those are the real values of the L Certified program. Great cars, reconditioned, and then we will stand behind
Right.
that car for unlimited mileage. And in addition, oh, by the way, we'll pay for your next 4 scheduled services. That's all part of the L Certified program. Voted by...
And you're not just rolling down the road. You're rolling down the road in a Lexus.
Absolutely.
So...
And you saved yourself a bunch of money because
Yeah.
it is a pre-owned car.
Mm-hmm.
But we really look at it, on our lot, we have new cars, we have pre-owned cars, and we have L Certified cars. We really look at that as a separate category.
Mm-hmm. Do you have lots of L certified cars now coming off of the Golden
do.
Opportunity sale?
We do.
Okay.
And so great selection, and come on out and look. And I know we're getting close to the end here. We only have a couple minutes left. And, I do want to mention, of course, everybody knows that today is 9/11. And, just want to say, thank you to all our first responders and, the people that do that work every single day. And, and most times it goes unrecognized and they don't get a lot of attention or accolades, but boy, do they deserve it. And, on today, we remember, the folks that made the ultimate sacrifice and those people, and families that lost loved ones, on that day. And everybody just take a moment and if you see, any of our first responders, just say thank you. They do the really, really tough work, and we should appreciate what they do and the sacrifices they make, so that we can do what we do, so that I can work in a beautiful Lexus dealership and
Drive a beautiful Lexus car.
and love what I do, in large part because of what those folks do. So, thank you to everyone out there that does that work, and we do appreciate it, even though we don't say it probably nearly enough. And keep doing what you do, and we thank you.
We'll be back next week with more Treasure Coast Car Guys here on WPSL Port St. Lucie and WSTU Stuart.